Hi, I'm Vincent, and in this video, I will make a complete review on Botdog, a LinkedIn outreach tool. So you will see what I like, what I don't like, and if it's a good tool if you want to send LinkedIn messages to your best leads. Let's start. Alright, so just before we start this review, if you want to try for free Botdog, you just need to click the first link in the description and then you will be on this page. Once you are on this page, you just need to click on Start Free Trial and then you will be able to use Botdog for free. I just want to let you know that if you use the link in the description, you will get the best free trial available. So that being said, it's time to start this review. For this review, I will start by explaining what is Botdog. Then I will show you the pros and I will show you the cons at the end. So I'm gonna start this review by answering this question: what is Botdog? So basically, Botdog is a LinkedIn outreach tool and it's built to be very simple and easy to use. Now that you have a good idea of what is Botdog, it's time to see the pros. And the first pro is that Botdog is a LinkedIn outreach tool. So if I go on Botdog, here, you see that if I want to create my first campaign, I just need to go here and click on Create Campaign. And then here I'm able to import leads and then create my campaign. Here, for example, I have a campaign where I target people who are head of marketing based in San Francisco. And I target a company size between 5K to 10K people in it. For this sequence, you see that first I visit the LinkedIn profile, then I send a connection request, I wait 2 hours, and then I send the first message. So here, because I want to promote my SaaS Give Me Leads, I say, hi, first name. So if you want to use a variable, you just need to click here and select first name. And then I ask a very simple question: do you use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to build your list of leads? Then I wait 2 days and then I send my first follow-up. So just quick follow-up, very simple. So when you want to create your campaign, you have multiple choices. For example, you can just send a connection request. Here you can choose to send a connection request and then 2 LinkedIn messages. And here you can message people in your first degree connections on LinkedIn. Now, if I click on Explore all available sequences, you see that you have a lot of choices. For example, if I click on Available to You, you see that we have the choice. And what's interesting with Botdog is that you can send emails. So basically on LinkedIn, you can send an email to people who are in your second or third degree connections without sending a connection request. It's very useful if you want to bypass the LinkedIn connection request limit. And that's why I strongly recommend you to use this workflow where you can send an email. The only drawback of sending emails is that you can't easily identify people who are open profile, but don't worry because in a few minutes I will show you how you can do that. The second feature I like on Botdog is this. So AI review and then you send an invitation and 1 message, but this one, AI review, is very useful because here you can say, okay, I only want to target these people, and then Botdog will automatically check all your leads that you've imported to check if they match all your filters or not. And at the end, the result is that you only reach out to the right people. So if I choose, for example, this template, so here I click on Next, you see that I have a first step, visit profile, and then you have this AI review. So what you can say, for example, is I want to target people who are head of marketing. And at the end, if you've imported leads in Botdog, you will only reach out to people who are head of marketing. So by using Botdog, you have everything you need to start sending LinkedIn messages to your best leads. Now let's move on to the number 2. And basically on Botdog, it's very easy to import leads. So if I go on Botdog, and now let's say that I want to import some leads, all I need to do is to click here on Create Campaign. And here you see that I have a lot of choices to import my best leads. For example, I can import leads from a LinkedIn search, LinkedIn event, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, LinkedIn Recruiter, LinkedIn post comments and post reactions. You have a CSV upload, or if you need something more specific, like connecting your existing tools to Botdog, you can do that with import contacts later used for API or integrations. For example, let's say that you want to use Give Me Leads to export your leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So let's say that you want to target people who are head of marketing in a company headcount between 500 to 1,000 people based in New York. Then, because you have Give Me Leads, you have this button here, Extract Leads. Then once you want to export these people, you just need to click on Extract Leads. Then you are redirected to Give Me Leads. Here you can give the number of people you want to export. So let's say just 50. And then we click on Export Leads. And I just need to wait a little bit and I will get my list of leads. All right, so my export is done. Now I click here on Download CSV. And now here you see that we have a list of 50 leads. Perfect. And on top, we have all the information we need, like the first name, last name, LinkedIn URL. We have the verified emails of our leads. So it's very useful if you want to send cold emails to these people. We have the job title, like head of marketing. And we have much more information. And one useful information is this one, is open. And basically, when someone is open on LinkedIn, it means that you can send an email to this person. So for example, let's check this profile on LinkedIn. So we go here. So we are on the LinkedIn profile and you see that Michelle is not in my first degree connection on LinkedIn. So if I click here on more, what I can do, because Michelle is open profile, is to directly click on message Michelle, and I don't need to click on connect to send a connection request. So if I click here, message Michelle, you see that I'm able to send a message to Michelle for free because she is an open profile. And you see here, free message. Okay, so now that we've imported our list of leads using Give Me Leads, it's time to import this list into Botdog. So for that, we need to go back on Botdog here. And because we want to upload a CSV file, I will use CSV upload. Then I click on upload contacts. And here we have some instructions, but basically all we need to do is to click here on next step. Then we click here and we select the list of leads in our computer. So I've just uploaded my file. Now we click on next step. And now on this page, we need to match the column headers that we have in a file with the Botdog variables. So for example, first name is with first name, last name with last name. And here, LinkedIn URL, we have to select LinkedIn profile URL like this. And then we click on next step. And now, as you can see, my list of leads is now imported in Botdog. So this time, when I go in contacts, I have my list of leads that I've just imported. Then the number 3 is that Botdog is very easy to use. So if we go here on Botdog, you see that we don't have a lot of stuff in our screen. So for example, if you want to create a campaign, you just need to click here in campaigns, and all you need to do is to click on create a campaign. Then when you want to import leads, you see that it's easy and nothing is complex. And finally, the sequence builder, it's same. So for example, if you want to create a message, you just need to click on it. And here you type your message. If you want to add some personalization, you can just click here on variables and select what you want. And basically, compared to some other LinkedIn outreach tools, Botdog is probably one of the easiest to use. Then the number 4 is that Botdog has a fair pricing. So if we go here on the pricing page, you see that they have 3 plans: starter, professional, and professional plus AI. In most cases, the starter plan is enough because you can send an unlimited connection request, you can send unlimited messages, you can easily import leads, and so on. And what's very interesting is this 12 months plan, because here you only pay $35 per month to use Botdog. And actually, this price, $35 a month, is one of the best if you want to do LinkedIn prospecting. Then the number 5 is that Botdog has a reactive support. And why I'm saying that, it's because I had a problem to connect my LinkedIn account. So I sent a message to the support, and in less than 10 minutes, I got an answer and I was able to connect my LinkedIn account. So when you use a tool, it's always good to know that someone can help you if you have a problem. And yeah, from my experience, the support was reactive. Finally, the number 6 is that Botdog has a 7-day free trial. And if you use this code, give me leads, you will get a 10% discount. So if you want to try a new tool, it's always good to have a free trial. And in Botdog, you can try the tool for free. Okay, so now you saw the pros of Botdog, and now it's time to see the cons. So let's go back on my computer, and here you see that we have 2 cons. So the first one is that you can't send emails in Botdog. So if you want to send cold emails to your leads, unfortunately, you can't do that. And you need to use an extra tool to do that, like Smart Lead, for example. And the last one is the lack of integrations. So if I go back on Botdog, so here, as you can see, I'm in settings. And now if I click on integrations, you see that we don't have a lot of integrations. So what you can do is to use an API, but it's only useful if you want to make something technical. Here you have some webhooks. So useful, but same, it's for people who know how to do that. And the last choice, and that's probably the best one, is to use Zapier. So there is an integration between Botdog and Zapier, but you see here that we don't have an integration with HubSpot, Pipedrive, or even a cold email software like SmartLead. But I'm sure they will release some integrations in the next months. So this is the end of this review. If you want to try Botdog for free, you have a link in the description. And now, if you want to see a complete beginner-friendly tutorial on how to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find your best leads, you can click somewhere on the screen. It was Vincent. I wish you a nice day, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.